or I'm too late, and people start yelling at me. Hey, everybody. Top of the morning to you guys. I'm clocking in for work again. It's a beautiful, bright day, as you can see. And let me get some music rolling. Let's just go Skyrim, because that's what we always do. And yeah, I had some messages from William. He said he did a lot. Let me check. He mentioned it was a productive day. So the plan, probably like another 2-3 hours of cracking out some work. One more day to make your next $1 million game. Yeah, we didn't hit the $1 million game. We still haven't hit the $100,000 game even. But yeah, I mean, I like the. Damn, I don't know what happened. But we take it. How was yesterday actually? 1% down. We're in the red, boys. We still haven't also gotten any Steam payouts. So to this day, Bite Me Games is very poor. Oh wait, can I see it? Oh, I can see it. So we're going to get total Steam payout is going to be $39,759 plus the $100 Steam credit. That's actually not good. Okay, we got sidetracked already. This is how it works. 34,000 euros. Okay, this is normally Patreon only content. But I want to actually go and take a look at the debts. Oh no, okay, no. I was off by 10,000. This is actually good. Because this is all of the debts that we still owe. So William is owed 10,300 euros. I am owed 17,620. And then Thomas and Jamie were both also owed. And this kind of also, if we go to expenses, should be included. Yeah, so total cost for the month of May, because we also still get our regular paycheck, would be this much. So we're looking at total expenses of 32k, which we're going to get 39,000 United States dollars, which is going to be 34,000 euros. So we'll technically have made a profit of 3,000 euros this month, something like that, maybe a little bit more. Okay, I was thinking of like we're off by 10,000. Should be fine. Hey, it's better than nothing, so keep going. Yeah, definitely. So one thing that I am curious for is I always like to see the comparison of like Steam gross revenue to the converted. So if we go to MO98, everything of MO98, and I just filter the launch. It would be like, let's say 19th to 30th. This period alone was 68,000 gross total revenue. And out of that, we are getting 34,000. So basically bang on. The number that I always use for myself is 50% of the gross in USD is what we get paid in euro. And it seems like we're getting it again. Gonzalo, go to bed. It's too late. We're talking about making money. That's something you don't know. One day, if you make your game, you can be like this. Because we're looking at this, the Steam payout for April. We haven't hit it yet. Like, it hasn't been sent yet, but if you look at all prior payments up until now, it's like 25k. Roasted as soon as I arrived down. Let's go for MMO7. The problem is that MMO7, making like Windows 7 UI is just so much more pain. Okay, anyways, Bite Me games may be saved. Who knows? I'm gonna move myself a little bit. Okay. I want to do Desktop Village today as well. Desktop Island, yeah, it's still called. How the fuck did you guys do that? Like, you had nothing going in the Nexus. Funky Slot certified hater. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see it coming either. I could be like, oh, I knew this game had appeal. But I didn't expect these numbers. But hey, the good news is you're still gonna have to see my ugly face. I'm not getting a job on the oil rigs. Just yet. Just yet. But hey, I'm gonna start my $30 community soon, maybe. This is a joke in regards to the Dev Dream Pod announcement. Good morning, Meow, as well. So the goal for today, I want to spend more time. So yesterday, kind of on stream, we only did net profits. The goal for today would be to also work. Kane, you should go to bed as well. You have work tomorrow. So yesterday we did net profits all live stream, and then after the live stream I took a little break, and then I went to work on Desktop Island. I wasn't really productive there. I want to do a quick run now at net profits to see what William has implemented, and then make like some first ideas of what I want to do upgrades wise. And then we're gonna switch over to Desktop Island, and we're gonna slog through some dumb stuff that needs to be done in regards to pixel art to make the game look better. Because I think that's the main priority now, is getting the game trailer ready. Because I was talking yesterday with William. We made like a list of like everything that needs to happen for net profits. He likes to use Microsoft to do now. And we were like, oh yeah, we can wait with like the ship navigation. It kind of works right now, right? And then these... Is that how you say deceleration? Maybe, yeah. Acceleration, deceleration. Yeah. And we were like, oh, we can wait with it. I'm like, actually, no, we can't wait with like making the ships move very nicely and like having like a little sway and all of that. Even though it might not feel like important gameplay, for the trailer, it's extremely important that the boats look good. And he was like, oh yeah, it's kind of true. So we're going to work on that. And then after that, we have a bunch of other stuff. But what he said, if we go to... Oh, let me open my notepad as well. Here. There's net profits to do. Okay. So I need to create a list. You can't see this. Create a list of upgrade definitions for the different ships. Look into visual effects, Rob. I'm not going to do this for now, I think. Do you have a video about logistics of working with other people on games? Freaking hate Unity version control. We have no good recent videos. As in like the last 2 years, basically. We use GitLab, and that's kind of it. I don't know. We also have the benefit of being in different time zones, which is honestly a genius life hack, because William is asleep now, so I'm never gonna run into a conflict with him, and then I just push before he wakes up, which is in 7 hours from now. So we should be able to go to ships. Oh, here, upgrades. Ships. Skiff upgrade A. Access modifiers. Are these daily streams? I think they may be weekday streams. So today is Friday for me already, because I'm based in Japan. Probably most of the people watching, it is still Thursday. So my wife leaves for work at 7:05, basically. It's 7:25 right now. So like at 7:15, I start working regardless. Okay, I'm gonna see. And I think until next fest, probably. Mornix pushes a trash dump and William cleans it up. Of course not. You have no faith in me. Okay, so go to upgrades. And here we have, let me make this full screen. We now see the text, which is the upgrades skiff upgrade. It seems like we can't buy this because it costs. Oh, he updated the icons for the different resources. I really need to put tooltips on these resources as well. It's kind of annoying me that we don't have it, but it's not the focus right now. What happened to this button? Okay, it's working. William is asleep right now about that. William, you should go to sleep right now. Because I know you, I'm gonna start working on this. Are you or William the one responsible for the juice in the game? If you mean like the button clicks, that's me. I think the juice is very limited in this game right now. William is the one who did the water shader. I think it's a teamwork at the end of the day. So we have a ship. Oh no, these are all the ship upgrades. And how do we assign? I'm trying to figure out. So we have costs. 50 money and 10 fuel in this case. And then modifiers, and I can give a comment. I'm just in bed watching on tablet, not sticking around for that long. Perfect. Yeah, I'm actually trying to figure out how do you assign like upgrades. Where's that link? Oh well. I think we definitely may vibe code a nicer like skill tree in the upgrade panel. Ah, so let's take a look. Because I'm thinking like how would we make it otherwise? I have some ideas of what I would like. Oh yeah, so this is your smoke funnel graph. Do you have this assigned anywhere? No. Frame, no. Oh, it's a pop-up. I swear I looked at this yesterday. But this doesn't need to be assigned. Upgrades pop-up. Ship panels. Skiff. It's not assigned here. Oh, it's gonna be assigned here. The upgrade container. Yes. Okay, we found it. VFX has a component that exposes it to ECS. Okay, okay. I'm gonna ignore that for now. I'm gonna just look at the upgrades, I think, a little bit. And go from there. Because one thing that we're already actually, so we have the concept of max level, but I'm not seeing like sequential upgrade levels or like modifiers. So like if this is max level 4, it's going to always per level cost 50 gold or like money anyway. There is no public Steam page yet. I can show you what the Steam page would look like, but it's still in approval. This is a custom tool. It's just like an Odin editor. We used it for the other one as well, or M198. Yeah, net profits right now. The app is still, or like the store page, is still in the review queue. And we already have one bundle. Let's fucking go. Let me check actually that I did submit the demo, right? Should be. Yes, both of these are also in the queue. I can show you what the store page looks like for now. I'm actually going to rework the capsule based on some viewer feedback. Run a legal fishing company in this short incremental management game. Deplete the sea of organic life, drill for oil, expand into foreign waters, and fend off local militaries. The environment is yours to profit, so stop for nothing. I think it's pretty okay. So, we have that. Because I think... William, I may have to wait with this. Because now that I'm looking at this, I think there's a few design considerations that we probably want to talk about further. In terms of what we do or don't want to have. I'm not sure. Do we want to just do max level? Probably. So you can get something multiple levels. Yeah, I didn't even think about the scaling. How do you approach tooltips in your games? This sounds like a William thing. I make a tooltip. And then he makes a script and I just put the script on something. Like I make the tooltip and then I can just be like generic tooltip trigger or a header tooltip. No. I think generic tooltip trigger. Yeah. And then we specify what type and then just what string is it gonna pull in. And that's it. Marnie's weird question, but do you take creatine 10 grams a day? Oh, that reminds me, I should take my supplements. I also take this. I started it recently. Not recently. When I want fancy custom layouts, I end up with 10 million inheritors. Thomas is not going to do the devlog anymore. We didn't get around to recording it. Trigger manager tooltip. Yeah. So... I'm gonna just fumble about a little bit, I think, William, because there were some other things I wanted to think about. I'm not going to actually implement the upgrades just now yet. I think, because we also have no exposed modifiers. We do have one exposed modifier. I think what would be better is that I'm already going to work on a list, but I'm going to do this off stream of like, what are the things that, yeah, we were going to get modifiers for. The thing you just asked, basically. But I don't think that's something we need to do on live stream. I think that's something that I can crank out very quickly off stream and go from there. Because I'm like thinking, like, you know, the question is also, do we want to have... that's overcomplicating. Where there is also, for example, a sequence. So we have the table, like the drop down. Fucking ads. You don't have premium? I thought I gave you premium. Aren't you in our family plan? I'm pretty sure you're in, or maybe it's on the other account. This is my Bite Me account, I see. Okay. Well, thank you for your ads, ad money. This is what pays your bills. So what I wanted to say is, okay, we kind of had this with MO98, but then we ended up being like, nah, fuck it. Where we had our skill tree, and a skill tree node could also have the multiple upgrades. And then once you unlocked it once, you could also move to the next one. So that's something else that we want to see here of, do we actually want to have inheritance of, I have Skiff upgrade A and Skiff upgrade B, and only once I've bought Skiff upgrade A 4 times does it get replaced by Skiff upgrade B, versus them being simultaneously active. This game, I was talking to William yesterday, this game is basically me being like anything but making a visually looking skill tree of like, any way to upgrade without having an actual skill tree, and I guess we're inching closer to that every day. So what I am going to do, I want to do something. I'm going to add tooltips. Yeah, we're going to have to sync on this tomorrow. I got you, fam. Time for you to go to sleep then. I'm going to take another look at this UI. Like all the resources we're going to have. And then add tooltips, because I'm kind of going nuts for myself that the tooltips don't get like set up correctly. At least there's code for me now instead of putting it off. That's the spirit. If I have a game which is fairly ready but don't have a Steam page even set up, I think it's too late at this. Technically, you can do it. Do you have a Steamworks account already? It's another one. Because it starts in 17 days, but you need... Oh, if you have no... Yeah. I think you're cutting it too close. I think this time, if you didn't have a game in approval now already, you can still join. No, actually, no, you can't join. Yeah, no. And only if the Steam page is live can you actually still appeal to join. But it's too late for that now. Look at the definitions. There is one for resources. It's used to set up the icons. Yeah, okay. I was gonna do that as well. Resources. You even have like the little cute sprites here. I'm going to implement all of them. Does Steamworks account take time to be approved? Yeah, it takes like 1 or 2 weeks, depending on your country, basically. Biomass is the brain. Ta-da. Fuel is the fuel tank. Should be okay. Ta-da. These icons we're gonna swap still, because they're like the one clashing pixel art thing. But for now, I just want to get these. Well, money, we don't need an actual icon. If you then regenerate, they'll be available for cost and such as well. Oh yeah, I'm not changing these. I'm just changing the like in-game scene. Like this preview is kind of the main thing that I just am annoyed by, that I want to see. What options or settings do I need? Options that you need: full screen windowed mode, sound sliders for the different channels, so master, music, sound effects, ambient if you do ambient, FPS limiter, enable, disable VSync. I think those are the must-haves to have. We've done all our games in Unity so far, and I think we're not really considering a different engine because we've just mastered Unity at this. Not like master, but we're just so much better at Unity that it's like, why? We don't have Slay the Spire fuck you money either. So we're going to make a new resource definition for crude oil. We're going to make a new resource definition for scrap metal. Yeah, so we're going to have 6 in total. Toxic waste. And steel. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow, William. I think those are it. So looking at my UI, I have space for 4, and we need to get, or like 5 technically, but money doesn't count, and we need to get 6 in here. How do you handle render resolution / window resolution? Canvas scaler. We just, all our games we make based on a 1080p scale with screen size. And then just using flexible layouts. Because this works. I can change this actually. Okay. This empty space is actually my what's it called? OBS. Let me move it so I can still see myself. I can show you if I run the game, because I develop on ultra wide normally. I could technically honestly keep working on this. I don't know. I always feel like me working on ultra wide is too small for people to see, which is kind of a problem. If I put this on free aspect, you can see, like, you can change this. Like, this is an easy one to make work. And then if we actually load, you can see, like, I think the game should actually be pretty okay. It's like the windows are resizable as well. Hey Jordan, I did remember your name now. So like the only main worry that we need to deal with is kind of if you're playing. Also, there's like limits to what we support. I think Steam Deck is kind of the worst case that I'm actually like, okay, I want to make sure this works. So that's why you see like the UI is kind of designed for Steam Deck still, which is 16 by 10. If you're running 4 by 3, too bad. Kind of. Steam Deck is my bare minimum, but then yeah, if you wider is usually never a problem. It's mainly Steam Deck is like the one thing that I do care about. And then let's go back to QHD, sure. Because at some point there's only so much you can do, and the amount of people, like 4 by 3 probably can still work, but there's gonna be some quirks. It's not gonna be an ideal thing, and I don't really want to do it. And also UI elements is actually something I'm using less and less. A lot of my UI is using the like stretch things, where I'm always just stretching inside of other stretches. And that's kind of the main way that I do it. Like, you know, of course, if I have something like a log here, this log with the log entries, this is always going to be a vertical layout group. But I'm actually not that big of a... I think layout groups are something you shouldn't overuse. Maybe I'm still wrong, but... Okay, here. Anyways. So you have money, biomass, fuel. This is just called a resource entry. Let's take a look. What do we have? Scrap metal. This one is still going to be in the demo. Toxic waste. Crude oil. And steel. Yeah, we're gonna have to make these smaller. Let me get some more dividers. Toxic waste and crude oil, and then steel. Because right now, we are unfortunately running out of UI space. So we need to be more efficient. In a YouTube video once ago, you asked viewers to leave a short description of their game ideas. So that video was actually a Patreon video. I did it on Patreon. But I re-uploaded it to YouTube. I don't think I'm actually gonna respond to that. I'm sorry. But the video was originally like half a year earlier or something released as a free Patreon video. And then I think there was like some reason I couldn't hit an upload. And I was like, actually, this video is really, really good, but people just don't know about it. And then I put it over on YouTube. I realized it like later on. There's some other stuff. The Patreon video has a very juicy intro in comparison as well. It's a free Patreon video, I think. Grid layout group, yeah, forced fixes size styles. So what's the benefit of Odin Inspector? You can make things that look like this for like all of your editors, which is just easier. Good evening, David. Okay, so here now The first thing that I don't really want to do this. I have this slant thing. This should automatically, can we just throw in a content size fitter? Horizontal fit, preferred size. Yes. Let's fucking go. So now if I like disable these two. Okay, this was easier than expected. You created editor per project, yes. Morning signing streaming and time zone. I did this yesterday as well, Rohan. So I'm actually going to add one more image entry. Which we do actually remove this, yes. As a spacer. Huh. Technically, I don't need to change anything to the UI. And it functionally technically works, but this looks kind of bad. This is not Desktop Island, my dude. Desktop Island will work on later. I kind of don't want to do dedicated days for like, oh, today's live stream is only going to be Desktop Island. Because things shift. So we have biomass, fuel. What was the next one? Oh, if they don't have like sprites, none of them show. Scrap metal. Yeah, I can see it here. So let's find an icon that represents metal. This is a pipe. It's not really scrap. I kind of need a better icon pack. But oh well, you get 139. Here, scrap metal. So then we get toxic waste. You get the skull, easy. Okay. And then after that we have crude oil. We have something that represents oil. I don't know what this even represents. Sure thing. We really need some better icons. This might be... I'm not sure if I have actually a good idea for icons here. Fit the rest of the UI. 136. Not here. And then steel. I think steel, we're going to give it a wrench. 117. Okay, we save this and then we validate. Okay, and then we generate. Good evening, Oktara. Did you put the kid down? Because right now we have a lot of spacing still. Hey, Dakota. He's still awake. It's time to put him down for real. Okay, we actually have all our game resources now. It's a bit too dense. Like too long. Is it playable? There's no demo yet. And playable is a big statement. Why do we not have icons here? I'm not sure what these resources have that the others don't. We all assigned them sprites. I needed to press refresh. Perfect. Sure, it will be ready for next fest? Pretty sure. Still have 17 days, guys. Come on. Have a little faith in me. Gang chat. What music am I hearing? You're hearing Skyrim music. Okay. So let's take all of our here. See if we can pull them down to 200 width. 210. I think 200 would look nice and gives us enough space for the rest. So let's then head over to the prefab and make these work. Okay, I think we can make these work pretty easy actually. This has too much spacing. So if you make this capacity display, you can literally just do, what was it? Do this minus 15. This is the amount of space we have. I'm just gonna put an image behind this for now. Just a second. We can see what we need to work with. This feels way too big. I think it's 40 and then top and bottom 9. 9. Okay. And then we can just make... Is there a reason I do not have child force expand on the width? No. Yeah. Now I can just do like this. And I know this looks weird, but I actually have an update where this script, my term... Oh, have you guys seen my terminal sliders yet? Would you recommend making a Steam page before a proper trailer? You can make the Steam page. I wouldn't put it live before the marketing materials already. That's why Desktop Island and Net Profits, like, you know, Net Profits, the Steam page is still in approval, but Desktop Island, I could release now. It's been fully approved. Oh, I'm gonna disable the image. But there's no good trailer yet. We don't have enough game yet for a good trailer. It's coming soon. But it's like, until we have the trailer, I do not want to announce the store page. Is the hashtag just terminal style progress bar? Yes, but I think the way it's implemented is really cool. Okay. So I'm gonna do it here. This looks... Actually, I'm gonna look at this full screen first. I think I may want to make it a bit taller, because it's based on height. Why not have the store page? You could do it. I generally don't, you know, I try to sometimes practice what I preach. I generally think that you shouldn't do that. Okay, so here, oh, actually I can do this live. I think if I turn this to 25, it doesn't auto update, but you can do here, terminal slider, boing. It's just like the Unity slider, and it will automatically like fill it in. It's such a dumb thing. I was very happy. This was one of those like small things that I just start immediately with implementing. And then go from there. Let's head back to the prefab. Let's say biomass. I'm going to make this taller. $22. Capacity display. This goes to 0. Top goes to 4. You could at least gather some wish lists. Yeah, but I think I would rather have the trailer, because that's what I noticed as well. When we announced MO98 store page, because we've been followed at this point by some press outlets, I didn't reach out to, for example, for Gamer, and they made a post by themselves about the game. And I think not having a trailer ready at that point is kind of the mistake then. So this is a little bit too small, so I'm actually going to make the text slider 14. And this way looks a bit better. Okay, so now it looks like this in game. We have the text value, and then we have the slider to see how full your storage is. I thought Steam page launch didn't matter. Steam doesn't give you any visibility, but you might have people following you already. I think if it's your first games, it doesn't matter. I also didn't expect it, to be honest, but now I really think about it. In regards to trailers and screenshots, did you build like specific mechanics just to show in the trailer? Do you finish the core loop? I think I make the UI for everything, but I think half of the... Also with MO98, when we first made the store page for like approval, a lot of the UI was there, but not functional, or not completely functional yet. Go from there. Okay, so... Basically now, let's say, oh, I haven't unlocked past scrap metal. Then that's no problem. Yes, this went smoother than I expected, to be honest. Does the game recommend? Yeah. There's a difference. If they actually press like ignore, there's a button in Discovery called ignore, and then you won't see it again. If you just like, hey, next, it will re-push the same game to the same person. Steam thinks the game is for you, Steam will keep pushing it for you. And then this is our money. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave it at this. Just a little small UI update. Oh no, I'm going to do the tooltips as well, just because I'm annoyed by it. But William is probably gonna do some nice tooltip, actually. No. I think I know what I want to do. I don't think we have the resources written yet anyway. Okay, let's just go to the localization and put it in with profits. Yeah, we currently do not have any tooltips yet, it seems. Oh, I kind of hate this. I'm not sure. Just don't make like I did and be like 2-3 months without publishing. Yeah, I think you can make your trailers moderately shitty. Overtime anomaly announcement. Did I unlist it? I may have. But the first trailer for Overtime Anomaly was very rough, but people still liked it. I think it's unlisted. Announcement trailer. Yeah, it's unlisted now. But this trailer was recorded in the demo scene and was developed with mainly a focus on like the game's sound and like a lot of what you're going to see in this trailer is kind of faked. So this is just demo scene. We had the outline shader if you hover over something.
Hey, thanks for wanting to pick up
Subtitles and voice line are done in post.
work. I knew I could count on you.
I think this was hard-coded. Like this list was just hard-coded and fake. This was just a TMP text element that had zero actual logic, and I was just walking around.
Anyways, I trust you know what you're
This
doing.
was implemented. This was the only mechanic really that was implemented, was this refill.
If anything weird does come up, just let Frank from security know.
I think footsteps and things like that were also in the edit. this was like, we have the anomaly that the thing flips. It's just, once again, I did this. Like, just in the Unity editor. Turn it around manually.
What's up? I'll check it out.
There was Cinemachine. I think there's going to be a monster here. This, oh, this is beautiful. This is just free Unity assets of like monster, idle animation. I dragged it into the scene. It does nothing. It has no path finding, no anything. It's just a default idle animation.
Seriously?
Yeah, so that was the trailer. And I think this trailer was generally very okay, well liked. I would say, especially for like, because this trailer was like 2 weeks of gameplay, not even like 2 weeks of dev time, and that was especially back then even. So yeah, I think 45 seconds for a trailer is relatively easy to hit for most games, especially because you're already taking 8 seconds for your call to action at the end. Yeah. Oh, one thing I may want to do here actually. It's gonna be hard. Oh yeah, Frank was an AI voice. That's true, but because of the like phone effect, it also wasn't really noticeable. So let's crank out the tooltip. That was what I was going to do. Oh, but I would had to, yeah, here, localization table. This is always so weird. Collection name, tooltips. So we create it. It's added here. A map, set default columns. Net profits, and then new sheet tooltips. Just delete this again. The desktop waifu was not announced at the same time. Pripyat Zero isn't cancelled, it's just less high prior right now. I want to get it out for the Screamfest. Is the goal. Net profits and then tips. Refresh. No refresh. Does it give like an error? It gives me nothing. I'm just going to add it manually. Tooltips. Refresh. Tooltips. And then push. I don't know why. I don't have the like nice styling though when I do it this way. Kind of an odd quirk. I think I just did it manually for ships as well. Yeah, because you can see this one doesn't have like the... Ah, that's how you do it. Huh, I didn't know that. Well, that's an easy fix. Okay. Make the key longer. Tooltip resource money. Tooltip resource money. Header. No, not header. Description. I'm actually going to make a new sheet once again called resources. Now that we're here anyway. Resources. Trade string table. Net profits. Resources. What is this pull from the seat? Is this thing? So no, this is Unity localization. But what we did is we used then like, I think Odin or Unity UI toolkit in this case to interface with the Unity localization to make it more clear. So we push this. And now we have resources as well. And now we can do resource underscore money resource biomass resource underscore fuel scrap metal crude oil toxic waste steel money, biomass, fuel, scrap metal, waste. All right. And then we can just do tooltip resource money, tooltip resource, biomass. The core loop should be in the short trail. So you need something that's functional at least. The benefit with a horror game is that the core loop is just like your game, Kane. I could make a trail for that. I think there's more than enough in terms of showcasing the game there. Yeah, I can just copy. Use all toxic waste. Steel. This is just basic, but placeholder. I would just do it without it for the short trailer. The cost of making a new trailer, this is my hot take and my like whole thesis, is you should never have to spend more than like a day, most of the time even half a day, on making a trailer. I think it's really not that hard, and most people just overthink it. The steel. I don't see how your game has a lot of stuff that might take some time. Can you play your game? If you can play your game, don't do cinematics. Cinematics are also not worth it. Okay, so now we go here, resources, and then we can pull. And we can pull. Okay. And then we go back to scene. And what I should do is I should actually put this on the prefab. This can go away again. And tooltip. Generic tooltip trigger. Call it header. We don't assign it here because we're going to assign it in the prefab. And if we just look up like biomass. Dialogue system, quest system, action, some areas I'd like to show. Combat wise. Give me an hour of gameplay and you can make a trailer. Oh, I need to assign these or I'm going to break stuff as well. Need source fuel. And tooltips. Source fuel. Here, scrap metal. Toxic waste. I really, God, if only I locked in for like 2 weeks and made my game trailer course. I feel like it would be such free money. I'm just too distracted with making games. Because it's been on my roadmap for so long at this point. And I feel like everyone I talk to is like, making a trailer is the hardest thing I've ever done. Harder than making the game. It's like, it shouldn't be like that. Okay, let's check. But we should have the tooltips. Bam. Refueling your ship's biomass. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. One last thing that we can just apply these. One last thing that I had on my to-do list that I noticed was I think it was under loading boot. Yes, this thing. Just need to change this color and then I think it's gonna look better. It's very rare for you to watch trailers. Yeah, but it's not rare for people to watch trailers. Just because you don't use Discovery Queue doesn't mean others shouldn't. They should look better. Yes. Because now everything color-wise is consistent. I find it hard to come up with the storyboard / vision of the trailer. I'm guessing that's easier for you. At like a certain point, I also considered of like, do I want to do trailer editing for other people? I think the answer to that is also unfortunately no, because I'm not like an MLG editor either. But I think I can help people really get along on the way. It's kind of the thought. Okay. gonna leave it at this for net profits. So resources, these tooltips, commits, push. Why would you make the game 4.5 in 4.6, 4.5 to 4.6? Right, did they announce 4.7 already? No, 4.6.3. I don't think it's worth it. You can just use CapCut. That was like one thing that I would do for my course that I had like planned as well, is like making a trailer or like the same trailer, like a follow along thing in like the 3 big software editors. DaVinci Resolve, which is free but more complicated. Premiere Pro, which is just like standard. And then also you can just make a trailer in CapCut, which is like giga stupid easy. Like you could technically make it on your phone. Because like my wife, bless her soul, she's one of those Zoomers who has zero clue how like computers works. She can still edit her silly Instagram reels on CapCut. But like give her DaVinci Resolve and she'll probably want to blow her brains out. So it's just like what you want. For me, I've been using Premiere Pro and like even before that Sony Vegas for like 12 years. My wife, I edit all my videos in Blender. That sounds like the most cursed thing, Proxy Duck. I don't want to think further about the logistics of that. I did also one time have someone who said that they edited their trailer in Canva. And I was like, what do you mean Canva supports videos now? And I was like, I didn't ask any further, basically. All right, so that was net profits. Let's head on over back to Desktop Village. I hope I am so scared. I think we're gonna have merge conflicts. He's Clipchamp. God. Legitimately purchased Sony Vegas, of course. Hey, of course. The 30-year-old me who was making Battlefield 4 helicopter montages definitely bought Sony Vegas. I think generally PowerPoint can export the MP4. Yeah, I know. That doesn't mean you should do it. Please don't have merge conflicts. Fuck my Chud life. Chungus life. I think I can actually just ignore this because I worked in the prefab. I'm just going to discard this. What did he do actually? Odds and ends. Bike to location before getting off. All right. Desktop Island. Let's take a look at this one. The plan for Desktop Island right now is going to be very boring. What we're going to do, I want to make the game more pretty and I want to work on pivot points. Those are the 2 things that I would be working on. Probably figuring out how we can do that. But I have to be honest, I haven't done much with pixel art in Unity for a long time. Because an easy conflict. I think probably because it was just like I changed something on the prefab and then he touched it as well. Oh, that was one other thing that I wanted to actually do. Mr. Beast Tycoon. Did you guys see the... Anyone here see like Love, Death and Robots? This might be... I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person who watches this. But Mr. Beast has a Love, Death and Robots episode. It's one of the most beautiful, weird things that I've seen. And he actually voices the character as well. Is it the 3rd season? It seems like it's the 4th season. It's like the most recent one. I liked the previous Love, Death and Robots. I think I didn't see season 3, but then when I saw like, oh, Jimmy Beast is in here, I was like, we have to see this. I think the episode was honestly pretty good as well. But yeah. A memory hold the whole season. Same thing with me. What I also looked at is you have like secret level, which I think was actually pretty good as well. I think because first season Love, Death and Robots really solid. This one is so fucking stupid. I forgot the name. It's not dull. I think it was very nice. It was beautiful to just like go through them. I really like these anthology animations. Even though it's like an industry that otherwise I really don't go on. Bad Traveling. Main guy's voiced by Arnold. The only like bad Love, Death and Robots one was probably the one with the werewolves. That one, I don't know how that one got in there. Hated most of Secret Level. Oh, I think I liked it overall. Anyways, that was the intermezzo. Let's just play it and give it a go. Hey Yoni, how's it going? I guess for you, it's something near and dear to your heart. Cinematic animations. The D&D episode was really sweet. Yeah. Yeah, this is work in progress. The problem with playing this game for you guys is it's gonna look fucking ugly because of the green screen, but it's only in Unity Editor. Oh yeah, this button isn't hooked up yet. Oh, so you can't see this, but you see like here, it's queuing all the Steam Workshop owners, trying to find like the map. So this is part of the like magic. It takes a little while because we need to wait for Steam Workshop to give. Why am I going so fast? Did he change the movement speed? No. I'm looking for a bike. I had a bike somewhere. Here. So I currently have a job, I think. Why am I going so fast? But now I'm like hands off. I'm automatically cycling to the nearest tree. And then I start chopping. And then we pick it up. Yeah, I think he fucked with the movement speed because it's not supposed to be this fast. It feels like something. Also, I'm getting like double riveting, right? So normally how you're supposed to be playing this, because I'm just here, is probably I would just go to like bottom of the screen modes. There's a bug right now where it's squished. And then in here you would have your regular game. This might be a bit too zoomed in for bottom of the screen. But like you can play it like this. I feel like I've seen this tileset before. Yeah, the tileset is a very popular one on itch.io. Or we can go floating. And then we can just like drag it here, and then you can work on the rest of your game. Or like the rest of whatever you want to do, basically. Here. But for now, in development, I usually use the full screen one. Hey Dylan, how's it going? So, oh fuck, I shouldn't have turned it off. I wanted to talk about some of the stuff that we need to do. Guess we need to do a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna just start it again. And I'm gonna... You play these kinds of games yourself? Thomas has been playing them a shit ton. So, okay, so I'm gonna... Can I like... So this is like the lock. I'm gonna clear it. I just wanted you guys to see what happens. Because I think this is something you haven't seen before. Can you zoom in on this? Probably not. So I'm going to join my world. So it says like, oh, there's currently not a single lobby active with this like lobby code, which is based on your Steam ID. And then it's going to find this Steam ID based on like all of my friends, their different workshops. And then once it finds like the correct workshop file, it pulls it and it starts the server because I'm the host right now. And then if I'm hosting and then William wants to join or Thomas wants to join, they're going to look for, once again, the world, and they're going to find one active lobby, and then they're just going to join me, and they don't need to do the Steam Workshop stuff. Or like they can immediately pull the latest Steam Workshop version. Which is an approach to multiplayer that I think nobody has done before. At least not with like the Steam Workshop thing. But yeah, I'm going to remove my job for now. Okay. You're confused. So like some of the problems that I'm not sure like how immediately to fix is like you see like for example, I'm technically standing in the water here. So I probably need to have like some level of colliders that's like a little bit earlier. Things like the sorting layers for the tree, or like the pivot points, also aren't good yet. So that's something we need to work. How many people can join at once? It's done with netcode for game objects, yeah. And then it's just a number. Right now we've defined it as up to 6 people can be in a single game. If you have like 1,000 concurrent players, no. The requests you make are based on your friends. It's not based on everyone there. You can only play this game with Steam friends. Unless you give a direct join code, if I remember. There was something with it. But yeah, like one of the... Once again, here also like you shouldn't be able to go this low. I actually don't know how to do that, but like if we zoom out, another big problem is just like you see how fucking empty like this sea is, for example. And then also the way that the water like interacts here is also not good. Is it set up peer-to-peer? It is. So we have that was like one thing. We don't want to host servers for this ever. I think we shouldn't be able to do this because I actually do not have this unlocked. The only skill I have unlocked right now is mining. So I'm going to put this as an odds and ends or island. Yeah, I want to do things like the water, indeed, and the wave tiles. So if I have a friend on Steam who's not really a friend, I could get his IP. Probably. Only if you're the host, though. Do I need to upgrade this? Oh, wait, let me check. Ugh. Interacting with the town hall. Opens the book. Why are these... Oh, this is a selected frame, that's why. Also, is there a Byte Me Discord? Of course there is. How does one not know? Exclamation mark. Discord. Okay. Happy day. Okay. Does this also have, is this a pivot point thing or is this a sorting layer thing? It looks like a pivot point thing. Cat. But I think I can just give this a priority sorting layer. Let me try. Cat. If we make this one. That did not do it. Okay. The cat has a canvas. I think I need to do it like individually. I take this canvas. Let's put it like 10. Then it's always in front of me. Perfect. Hey, Giggles. How are we going? Okay. Let's try and make this game look better. One bit at a time. Something else that like Giga annoys me. And I 100% blame Thomas for this. It's this one-time stone, ground stones, open sprite editor. Is this the asset's fault? Anyways, a lot of these have like incorrect. What's it called? They're like sliced wrongly, so it includes like, for example, here. This includes the shadow from the one above. This includes the one from below. So we always need to manually go and fix these. But this feels like I cannot easily slice these. Because if I do by cell size, this is like 2 wide, whereas these are 1 wide. Which is kind of annoying. Maybe I can just do it manually. It should be fine. But like things like this definitely are something that needs to be done. Go back to C now. Yes, perfect. Gosh, been on the stream for a while, but not able to watch. It's fine. Who designed the sprite sheet? The sprite sheet was designed by... I'll just show you the assets. I think if I just go to library. Here, this one. This is the asset we use. Click the rainbow button to switch to alpha. So this is why I was like, I need to live stream this. Because you guys know so much more about like pixel art than I do. That's what it comes down to. Yeah. Okay. And there's like so many things that I need to do. But yeah, we're using this asset. And we're just, all the sprite sheets are designed by the person. Yeah, they have a lot. And they push like, Jesus Christ, this is long. They push updates as well. Like they did like new updates, like about once a month. No, actually, not once a month. 21 days ago, and then January 31st, October, September, July. Yeah, should just be 2 sprites. But then you need to put them next to each other, right? That's the problem. I have 0 clue. Like this, for example, I can like easy, okay, grid by cell count. So this is 4 columns, 1 row. Oh, 4 columns, 1 row, slice, apply. And it's like, okay, easy. Okay, this one, luckily, he did slice the right man. It's a fine aspect. Yeah, and it was like $10 or something we paid for it. We bought it on discount also. Even less, $6.49. Yeah. Okay, so we did buy it at 50% off at $6.49 back then, but it's like crazy. You can choose right bounds manually. Oh, can I like pre-slice and then change it? Maybe. So one thing I want to look at is this tile set, tile map. I need to find like, because I saw from one of these pictures here, this one. This is like the stones that we use here in the corner. Those are from Unity, because it's importing for some reason. I can't open it. Slice name is changed. Yeah, that's kind of the thing as well. What's the progression like? Think of it like a Melver idle. Is how I would describe it. So it's not designed to be like fast-paced. Oh, I don't want this. It's supposed to be like a true idler. And then you and your boys together would build up the town. Or girlies. We don't judge here. Oh, how did he do this? That's the thing. Thomas, his way of working is pain. And like trying to figure out how he works and then adapting to that. This is like the waterfall. No, the town is shared. The town is the workshop map. You can just join different towns if you want as well. Thought we had like a prefab for the water. Because we have like jumping fish and jumping dolphin. Also, this hierarchy makes me want to cry. Wild animals. Hey, Oninuva, how's it going? Is Uninet code actually tolerable? Yeah. It's been for like almost 2 years at this point. We've used before. It wasn't good enough yet, and we used Fishnet. But now netcode for game objects is really solid. Okay, I'm gonna start cleaning this shit up. I don't know if I can like keep working long otherwise. So here, create empty parent, villagers. Okay, because these are parts of worlds. Okay. Why is there like one tree here? Okay. So and then now let's create an empty parent. Water. Animals. No, actually, I'm going to put these under wild animals. And then land, which gets the ducks and the rabbits. And water. Which gets the fish and the dolphins. What the fuck is dolphin spot? NPC routine point of interest. Oh, I see. So this is the thing that he has where people can walk around. Oh, you're XJJON. I know you. KKK. Discord homie. What's it call this? NPC POI. Instead of just dolphin spots. Once again, we throw this underworld. We have the moai and the coconut tree. Like a big thing, but I'll do it that after I've cleaned this up a bit. They have wild animals. And then we have, I'm gonna call this farm animals. Which would be the horses. Right, it's this. This is not a cat, but this is also a horse. We have bears. Why are we... Okay, I'm going to disable the bears for now. And I'm going to put them under wild animals. Land animals. We have the cat. The cat is cute, but I don't know if this is the best spot for it to be. Houses, crops. What's the town hall listed as? Oh, community. Okay. These two I'm going to put here, just at like the top. Bicycles. It's here. Cat was here as well. I think we're going to make the boat count as a house. I know it doesn't make that much sense, but yeah. Technically, it's like where the NPC lives. Oh no, this is a different boat. This is where the mermaid lives. Okay, I'm still going to keep it here, because it's still technically a house. So for some reason, I think it's actually an issue with the sprite sheet. The lines here are just gone. I think I can fix that. I thought it was like a visual bug. Like with like compression, but it seems to just be based on the sprite. Yeah, so this doesn't have that. You can see how here it has the border, and then none of these have. It's like it got cut off for some reason. I think I can just do it like this. Control save. Beautiful. All right, that should be solved as well. So why do we have one random pine tree? Where's the rest of our trees? Because they're all prefabs, right? Here. Crops. Okay, so trees are counted as crops. Forests. No, mountains. Trees. Aha. He just didn't assign it. Pine tree. Barn object 7. Okay, it's a feeder. What's this called? Watering trough? Is that how it's written? Why? Anyways. What are these feeders? Animal feeder. Probably it's gonna be like he still needs to implement these. What do you mean with game validation? Validate if the idea is good or validate if the game is like functional? I think those are two different things. If the idea is good. Look at, did you see the stream 2 days ago? The first one that was like 2 hours long, not the one working. In there, I basically, you can see like for this game, we made like a presentation with like the pros and cons, kind of like we pitched this internally. And in there, we talked about it. It kind of depends. Honestly, I just think I still make game I want to make at the end of the day. I'm just like you. In that regard. He also just, I'm going to temporarily disable these because they are not implemented. Like it's like a section around the middle of the, you'll find it. There's a big PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to move the event system also like here downstairs somewhere. I'm not sure what walkable bounce. Oh, it's for the animals. Okay. Okay, the hierarchy is getting cleaned up a little bit. It's no giant thing anymore. So. Let's look here. All in one. Exterior. Beach. No. Let's once again slice this the correct way. Why? Let's work on the pivot points for things like the trees. This is gonna be fun, but it needs to happen. So you have the birch tree. And then open sprite editor. How does this work? The pivot point is at the bottom. How did this work again? This is a chop animation. So the way that the pivot point works. Player has a pivot point. Pivot point is like just it is like I don't know exactly. I'm just gonna press apply and I'm gonna see what this does. Because I'll see it quickly. My assumption is I'm now going to be able to walk more on top of the tree. I'm stupid. My canvas is disabled. Okay. I'm like, why is it black? I do like the Animal Crossing soundtrack. I think I'm gonna just listen to that music now. Like Skyrim. Audio. Taubals Crossing. Standard tracks. Zone Explorer. Open. And I'm just gonna mute the game one. Banger. So now as I... Did something change? Okay, let's try this again. Let's also just enable auto connect. Nothing changes. Wait, does something change? So now I can stand basically all the way in front of it. Fucking stupid. Just gonna put this higher. Pivot? Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out, like, this thing is, I'm stupid that I don't mentally understand yet the concept of pivot points. Keep in mind, guys, I haven't worked with 2D really for like 2 years plus. Like, I changed the pivot points and nothing changes. Oh, does the collider change? Only the collider position changes, basically. So now suddenly I'm being thrust into this again. And Thomas gave me like a 2-second, like, oh, this is what you need to do. And that's basically it. Guess we'll kind of have to look this up again.
Hello everybody, Chris here, and in this video recording, it's going to sort by the center of your object. But a lot of 2D objects are actually going to have the base of their body be on the lower side of it, not in the center. So this is supposed to be a sound amplifier. Have stuff render behind or in front of other layers.
Okay, we know sorting
obviously
layers.
Something like this background map would probably go on a different and is dynamic sorting between the character being in front, like right here, and
I can
behind the sound amplifier.
Preview this
if you
in
think about it,
game.
you should be able to walk behind the sound amplifier because it's really, in physical space terms, only taking up probably this one square. So having a character walk behind objects in 2D games like trees tests the dynamic sorting. The script allows us to do WASD, move around, but there's no sorting with the sound amplifier. So let's exit that. And now we need to go to the settings folder where we're going to have the renderer 2D. So you can also go to assets and then search your project for renderer 2D. When you click on that, it's going to have a bunch of settings in the inspector. And the ones we care about are the transparency sort mode. So we are going to change this to custom axis and then transparency sort axis. Leave it as 0 for X, 1.
We don't have this. Why don't we have this? Settings, right? Oh, it's just called different. Okay. Custom
for Y and
axis.
0 for Z because we are sorting with the Y axis. So now let's go ahead and hit play. Okay, and let's see if there's any sorting. So the kind of is, but I would guess that this is
So
quite
this is the
not
pivot point
because by default, when you're sorting like this, it's going to use the center point. So if you want to further customize your sorting between your objects, especially if it's a really big object like a tree, you may need to go click on the object. So I'm going to click on the amplifier here and change the sprite sorting point from center to pivot. So now it's going to sort with the pivot point down here.
Okay.
Move behind the block this far.
So we just need to change the pivot point. So if I go to my scene and I enable gizmos here. Why does it look like this? Can I take my player prefab? Okay, I can see here. I'm gonna disable this for a second. Inspector sprite sort point. I'm mainly wondering why I can't see like pounding boxes and things like that in my scene view. Oh, this is still marked as center. So maybe I actually need to change here. This to pivots. Okay. Is this pivot now as well? Yeah, okay. Okay, so now it's giga high. The tree, not the player. Oh, you think the tree and things like that are also... This is also... Let's say I overwrite this. It wasn't using the pivot point before. No? I'm just wondering, normally you can see like your pivot point, I feel, if I have like the gizmos enabled. Why not?
Because you'd have a box collider right here and a box collider right here, or some other kind of colliders, and you wouldn't be able to just walk straight through the amplifier. But how I would set this up is that you wouldn't have a collider up here. So in your actual game, what you'd be able to do is just walk behind the object just like this, and this is when that Y sorting really matters, because walking behind an object in a 2D game is actually pretty normal. You wouldn't generally walk into the object like this, so that's not what we're concerned about. It's going behind objects like this. So as long as you're doing transparency sort mode, custom access Y for 1, then that's going to basically get you to where you need to go for your Y sorting in your 2D game. From this point, just make sure that your movement script accounts for collisions if you're having a character in a kinematic rigid body mode, because
On the sprite render, change it to pivot instead of... Yeah. So we changed this to pivot. And then maybe also... Wait. Maybe this is a weird pivot. I'm just going to put this back for a second. So if this is still center, because the pivot is here at the bottom. Wait, did I apply? Hello, Unity. What the fuck are we doing? Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself. What are we doing? Okay. This is my player sprite editor. I don't want a player. I want a tree. Click the rect tool. Ah, yes. So here it says that the pivot point is in the middle. It's birch tree animation 4. But here, oh, it should be bottom center again. Let's apply this. Save this. And then here, low. Do I have a rect tool? I have no rect tool. Ah, here, this is my player. So here, okay, this is very low. I am behind it. I'm in front. No. I am not behind it. If I change this to pivot, it's getting closer. But I think the problem is that my pivot point, I think if my, I cannot drag it here. Let's say I put the pivot point here, actually at my feet. Let's say here. So this would be 0.5, 0.2. Just quickly apply this. I assume it needs to be at my feet. Is that now? It's getting closer. Okay, that one would be blocked. Pivot on feet plus bottom of trunk. Yeah, so we have bottom trunk. This looks better. Okay, let me go back to my player prefab because I think I didn't. Here's player sprite pivot. Okay. And then I need to, for everywhere, make it 0.5, 0.2. Can I do that? Please tell me I can do that. Select your sprite on the sprite editor. Click on the slice. Okay. Pivot mode. Pivot by cell size. No. This is 4 by 3. Pivot. Custom. 0.2 slice. Okay. Apply. We can reslice in smart mode. I did the delete existing in this case. Okay. I think it should be fine because I didn't change the sizes. Okay, so let's go back to the tree for a second. And I need to change it here as well. Because I only changed... Oh no, these are all still at the bottom. Which I think should be fine. So then we just have to go to the prefab and double check the colliders. I think that looks fine though. So this is the one to chop, and then this box collider. Would be the one. Yeah, so this is where you can actually walk or not. I think it could be like this. Something like that. Then let's make this a little bit wider. Okay. So this should be better. This is the downside of multiplayer. Also, like when we want to try, like, does multiplayer work? It's a little bit of a pain. Oh, I changed the wrong player. I can change this. This is me. I need to do all the sides because I changed the pivot point. Okay. This is gonna be a lot of sprites. Okay. Anyways, sprite idle 0. Oh my god. I just... Where's my walking one? Run. Okay. Open sprite editor. It was the idle 0.2. And then run. To slice. Cell count or cell size also. Right. Three rows and then 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this one is custom. This feels like it's lower. No, okay. I think now if we run, it should be better. Is with or without live stream more productive? I think I wouldn't have figured this out nearly as fast without you guys. Is I think what it comes down to. So it's a different kind. I knew like this pixel art shit I needed to do on stream because it's like I have these biders who, you know, we keep joking of like, oh, you're making 2D pixel art platformers, you're doomed. But if I do need something pixel art, these guys are the homies who do know what I should do. Okay. Didn't I change the pivot points? Is it because I did it in smart mode? These are all the same size, right? Please tell me they are. Yeah, these are all 64 by 64. Right. Yeah. Oh, maybe I should have changed the walk. I think that's gonna be the reason. Why does it not indicate this bottom line? What game are we making? We're making Desktop Island. No Steam pitch yet. But it's Stardew Valley Co-op as a desktop idler is how I pitch it. Did you see my 3D pixel art thing? Of course I did. How could I not have seen it? Yes, we no longer spaz around. And we can stand in front of the tree, behind it. This looks better. Okay. How do you like to time your content creator outreach or next fest? You should do, if you are thinking about doing it now, it's too late, is what it boils down to. We're not doing it. Good night, Raja. Enjoy the rest of your day. Or well, enjoy sleeping. Okay, so all we need to do now is change all of the pivot points for all of the characters. Is there a way to do that automatically? My guess is no, and we just gotta embrace the suck. What is this music? Okay. Probably editor scripts. Characters aren't instances. I don't know what you mean. So what's like for this rock, let's say? What? I can't do the pivot points easily here. I mean, I could technically do them manually. Because they're like the weird slice thing. Okay. Ignore this for a second. Pipe code it. Yeah. I think that's gonna be it. Let's do the fun, let's look at which ones I can easily do myself. I think the trees I can easily do myself. Right? The trees are actually fine because they're all at the bottom. So that shouldn't be the problem. Yeah, it's gonna be the stones and then things like this bench. Could be like a bit taller. Do you use Git, by the way? Yes. I'm just using the GitHub client, but I'm actually using this on GitLab. We host everything on GitLab. This sounds like something I want to do off stream. Just because of like, I want to just vibe and just do the dumb shit. Yeah. I think I'm gonna... I figured the pivot points. Work on the fishing game. But I worked on the fishing game earlier. Thomas is gonna kill me if I don't work on this. I first need to go to the washroom. And whilst I'm peeing... will this desktop idler one? Yeah. Yeah. Because I play this like now. Like this is full screen mode. You can choose floating window, desktop idler, like bottom, or full screen. So you can play 3 ways. You can also just manually override the activeness. Do I have like a be right back screen here? No, but I can fix that. I'll be right back. All right. So, what shall we do? Son is still fighting sleep. I'll probably dip when he finally drops. And use the rest to work tomorrow. Yeah, all good. I think I'm going. Thank you, fighting. How do we have? These are probably right editor. These are all center. Is that what you want? Want these bottom right? I think so. I think it doesn't matter as much in this case, because they do have colliders. These are not prefabs. Would probably do something like this. The hell is Fishman? Okay. Okay. Well, the UI is annoying me. Wild animals. Let's do some dumb stuff. Let's get some more jumping fish. We have one here. One here. I have one here. Oh, their positions got changed because I moved them. So I did like stuff like my ducks. I'm not sure if they got changed. You need to turn off the canvas. I know, but then I forget to turn it on. I can just make a script, honestly, that auto turns on the canvas again. This should be like such an easy solution, honestly. Oh yeah, fuck. That's true. Because it's disabled, so it's not gonna run. Don't know if I really wanna make this a real full thing. Do I wanna make a whole manager for this shit? It's not a network manager, so it doesn't really belong here. What should we do? Enable an object start. Game object. Okay, I'm just gonna add this shit at least, and then I'll see where I put it. Emotes, events, field, game systems. Does this have a good place? Game systems, desktop village. I'll just put it here. Yeah, because this is kind of like the utility stuff. This game is not that quickly, but also... Thank you very much, Dave H, for the tier 1 prime sub. No, regular sub. I'm so used to prime subs. That reminds me. You could tell, a poly collider, do it over the river, to pick a random spot to find your fish on run. I think that's a good idea, honestly. There's like a bunch of stuff. I can indeed just do that. But Dots multiplayer, I think that is way less developed. Yay. This work. Give me a second, guys. You have a timer for how long? No, it's just how long until the next fest starts. We don't need to have shipped the whole game by then. Okay, so guys, by the way, if you want to support us, if you have an Amazon Prime account and you haven't used this yet, I'm gonna pause you. We're not gonna do this. You can subscribe for free. Wait, why is it unlinked? It shouldn't be unlinked. Twitch Prime link Amazon. 1 second. I have connect your Twitch, sign to Prime Gaming. I'm figuring this out again. Let me take my signed in browser. Or is this one of those things because I have the Japanese? Okay, we got sidetracked. Give me a second. What the hell is Amazon Luna? Oh my god, I get two-step verification. 02. Okay. Enjoy Ashwood. I have never heard of Luna before. Yeah, I think because I have a Japanese Prime now that I live in Japan, I don't get Prime anymore. I think it's not included or something. And then this depends on Prime Video as well. Because if I go to like my actual Amazon account, it's like I have Prime, but it's because I have the Japanese yen version. But it says Prime Video. 1 free monthly Twitch channel subscription. Maybe I should go through the Japanese one? No? Because it sends me to the Belgium one. Let's see, can I link this? This is the wrong one. Ah. Okay, I'll look into this later. I may actually not be able to support myself. Thank you very much for the follow though, sfunk1992x2. Here I was going to launder Jeff Bezos' money to myself. But unfortunately not. Okay. I'm going to put it on network managers. Fuck William. Fuck Thomas. What was it? Enable object on start. And we're going to throw in the canvas. And now it should work. Hey, other kinders. What's your next game about? 2 games. Game number 1 is the one you see here, which is going to be Stardew Valley, but it's a co-op desktop idler. As you can see, it's multiplayer. And then the other one is a fishing incremental management game. seen some of your stuff on YouTube. Yeah. Okay, but hey, the canvas thing does work. My life has been made a percentage more convenient. So now I should be able to walk behind. Ah. No. Pivot point. The pivot point is still at the bottom, maybe? No, wait, the collider's just fucked. Because I changed the pivot point, the collider is fucked. That's why. He told me that this was gonna happen. So I have like this. And then here also the pivot point changed. Does this, for example, have a pivot point? I'm scared to see the sprites for this. Okay, this should be all right. These are 5. And then custom 0.5, 0.1. Perfect. These are all from an asset pack, yes. So if we then go back to furnace. Oh, this actually has no collider. Oh. Box collider 2D. Trigger one. This is the actual walk and interact with it. You have two on there, yes. So one is going to be the trigger, and one is the you can't walk through it. So that's why this one isn't marked as trigger. This one is marked as trigger. Let's take another look. So exterior. Oh, we have an ice cream car. Let's go. Water fountain. I know we use this one. It's fine, I guess. And we have trains, of course, but we're not doing anything with the trains. Okay, so the Moai, for example, I am going to change the pivot points. I'm trying to find, maybe it's called like tiles or something. UI pets interior. Or it's under farm. Tile sets. Modular. Animations. Cross cliffs. So this would be the one that I actually need to use, but this is an animation. Oh, I don't want to do this. Okay. So I need to figure out how do I do an animated tile. It's a thing as far as I remember. Creating animated tiles for your tile map in Unity.
Unity comes with some really great tile map features. If you don't know what, and select Unity Registry.
Is this not by
Here you can
default?
find the package and install it. So now that it's in
2D tile map extras. Okay, we have it. Perfect.
The image contains multiple sprites, so I need to slice it. In this
Okay,
case,
that's fine.
I create a folder, tiles, where I'm going to create my tiles.
Okay.
In general, it is not.
And then we just assign it. Okay. I think it should be doable. Where did he assign it? So farm, tile set, modular. Don't want to save that. Oh, but we have the seasons. I don't know. We have seasons in this game as well. Oh. Okay. Okay. Water ground. What's water ground? No. Grass. Spring. This is forest. Spring. Oh, so it's these. These are not animated tiles. Day-night cycle is not planned. We do have like some time thing, but the problem also with day-night cycle, we thought of like making it realistic at first, of like if it's night for you, night for them. There was some reason why we weren't gonna do it. This game has been scope creep to death. I feel like, okay, technically we could add it. Do we have like light? Is there just like a light 2D? No. I don't even know how the light thing works anymore. Right, but that's smart tile. I need to figure out the smart tile. Cross. So many cross. I don't know where Thomas configured this. Somewhere he made like custom tiles. But it's not going to be a prefab. Because I can't like see this and then it will automatically open. Oopsie. Maybe we can just find it. It should look like a scriptable object. Oh my god, I'm like scrolling. It's fucked. It's fucked. We're not finding this. Yeah, we have no prefabs called cross. Because probably he just shows it together with the rest. Audio data editor. It's a lot of cross. Yeah. That's the downside of working with Thomas. He works very fast. The problem is he has a very almost sometimes incomprehensible way of where he puts stuff. This shouldn't belong in resources, right? So I think I'm just going to have to ask him to walk me through the project at some point, because this is something. I don't know where he configured these things. I think we're going to leave the stream at this point. I have some stuff that I still know I can do. In regards to like sprite sheets, I have a lot of stuff I know I can do in regards to sprite sheets. Then we're going to do those. I'm going to do it off stream, probably. Otherwise, I do want to say thank you. Moxa would be proud. Well, Mochan would be proud of all that grass. I still think I have unblocked the pivot points. Once again, productivity-wise, we didn't really do much for this game, but I really just need to walk or like get back into this because I'm so used to the 3D plus 2D workflow, and like 2D, I think it's not my vibe. Is what I've learned. Oh, it's like this probably with the smart tile because he has layers. Not sure. It's my guess. 3D over 2D is generally my vibe though as well. Facts, I'm sick of it. Or like 2D UI. but not tile 2D. I think tile 2D is the thing that I am the least big fan of. It's also something I haven't used that much. So I think that's the thing of like the reason you see me beat this shit is genuinely because it's been more than 2 years since we made anything like 2D pixel arts. And Thomas has been doing this daily, but I really haven't touched this project for months. So now I have to get back used to it, basically. So yeah. And also, like, just give me a sprite I can drag however I want, and then it's also no issue. But unfortunately, that is not how life works. But yeah. All right. Everybody, thank you very much for having tuned in still. I'll be back probably Monday. I guess that will be Sunday for most of the Americans. Same time as now. Like it was now. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye.